man, how far now? Take reason. So I'm sure you guys were expecting me to have had an opinion on 2 Sundays ago's live show of the Nigerian Idol season 10. However, it didn't happen because I actually had some technical glitch and I really needed to sort that out before I put up a video here on YouTube for you guys to consume. Right now, I'm out of that place. So let's dive straight into this week's conversation. It is in your best interest for you to know that the show has switched its gears. So you should know that it is on you, your vote, I mean, to keep your favorite contestants on this show. The remaining people who are left are good at this singing thing. So it is not just about their stage performance or their vocals. It is more about your vote. So you might need to double your efforts. You might need to rally around your fellow supporters, ensure that you cast the votes to get your favorite to the finals. Just take a look at Sally, take a look at Ella and Jaykenova. Like, we didn't expect them to have left the show so soon. However, it's a singing competition where your votes is the reason why the contestants progress to the different stages and levels in the show. The destiny of these contestants are right in your hands. So please go ahead and do the needful whilst we dive into my commentary for this week's Nigerian Idols Season 10 live shows. So this week, the show started with the introduction of the judges. The judges filed in from behind the stage to the stage. And just take a look at these judges in all their glory. From Wajay, who happens to be the guest judge for this week, to Inyanya, to Rick Hassani. Now, when it comes to outfits, come on, Rick has never, ever failed. The same thing with Inyanya. And now we had the everly gorgeous and iconic Wajay. However, there's something interesting too that happened on the show. Ike invited a chef that went ahead to serve these judges Nigerian cuisine, from jollof rice to bean cake to suya to mention a few. And this food came in at every point where the performance was going on, just so that the judges relax and enjoy themselves while they judge the show. And I love the fact that in between there were some statements Ike made like that led to less tension in the environment in the hall. So I love that about the show this year, and trust me, it was an amazing thing to see. Moving forward, I want to talk about the way the show started in terms of the eviction this week. Nobody saw it coming that 2 contestants were going to lead the show this week. I didn't even think Ella was going to go home, but she was evicted this week. And I loved the energy. I loved the fact that she took the eviction with so much grace. Her statement on the stage, she mentioned how it took her 3 years to get to the point that she got on the show, and she's so proud of herself. And trust me, Ella, I am so proud of you because you inspire people who obviously might have given up on their dreams. You said it yourself, their dreams are valid. So I wish you all the best in your endeavors moving forward, and we hope to see more of you in future. I can't wait to see what God has for you and how you unveil it to us who will be right here cheering you on. The second person that left the show last night was Jaykenova. Oh my God, I was totally heartbroken because for real, Jaykenova was one of my favorites. With the way his disposition was, with the way his vocals were, with everything he did while he was on the show, I really wished he stayed a little longer. Jaykenova, my man, I admire your talent. I see your hard work, and I just pray that as you leave this platform, we're going to see more of you. You're going to be on a different level, and you're going to maximize this opportunity that MultiChoice has given to you to be the best that God has called you to be. Such a sad reality, but it's a singing competition. The show has to go on, right? I wish I could cry, but deep down in my heart, I'm so hurt by the both of them leaving the show at once. So, anyways, it's okay. It is what it is. Last night, from the top seven, the person that kickstarted the performances for the night was her. Herb sang Be My Man by Asha. First of all, her outfit was, I feel like she has been consistent over the weeks with her outfit. Her outfit has always given the energy at which it was supposed to give, the vibe. So kudos to you, Perp. And yeah, her performance as well was so energetic. I had not enjoyed Perp like that personally in a minute. So I felt like yesterday was different because she gave a different type of energy. She was more like communicative. She had great attitude. Yeah. And she actually did own the stage. So that's a very, very good thing to see. However, it's not just that keeps her on the show. So please, I want you to vote for her. If you love her so much and you feel she deserves to be on the top three finalists, please do needful. Okay. The second contestant that graced the Nigerian Idol stage last night was Lawrence. And Lawrence sang Like I Do by Fireboy DML. First of all, his appearance on stage was good, from his outfit to his color of shoes. I loved it. Simple yet stylish. However, his performance was good, but in my opinion, it could have been better. The judges made reference to his notes, how he actually sounded some kind of flat while he was performing. Yaya attributed that to the key of the song. And in my own opinion, I feel like that song was not a good song choice. However, um, I still feel like the arrangement of the music had its contribution to as to why Lawrence couldn't perform the song properly. Because listening to the arrangement of the music, the bass line was coming in not so early. And I feel like in a bit to be creative in the rearrangement of the music, there were some elements of the music that was not sitting well, especially from the beginning of the song. However, Wadi was able to point out the idea of it not being about the key of the song. It had to do with his application of his notes. So, in my opinion, it wasn't a bad performance. However, it's a competition, so it's expected of you to always put your best foot forward. So, what's left for you to do, Lawrence, is please ensure that your supporters vote for you. Supporters, please vote for Lawrence because it's your vote that keeps him on the show. Please, you might not want it to be that Lawrence will be the one to be evicted next week. I'm sure you don't like it. However, this is your chance to give him a second chance to prove himself to you guys that he's deserving of the top three spot. The next contestant that graced the Nigerian Idols stage this week after Lawrence was Brahmi. And Brahmi sang For My Hand by the Grammy Award winning Burna Boy featuring Ed Sheeran. First of all, let's talk about Brahmi's outfit. I feel like Brahmi has been quite intentional about his looks since the live shows started. Cause just just tell me what's not there to like about his outfit this week. He wore like a black big pants and a red stylish crop top looking like outfit, and it was good. Like it gave the vibe it was supposed to give, right? And then down to his performance was like top notch. He wasn't trying to be Burner Boy, he was just being Brahmi on stage with his soft, smooth vocals, and then he actually went ahead to make it his own. He brought the song to his comfort zone, and like Kasani said in his judgment, it's not easy for you to perform an Afrobeat song without you losing your ability to sing. But Brahmi sang on that song. Kudos Brahmi. But you know that it's not the excellent performance that keeps the contestants on the show. So please, guys, try and vote for Brami. The next person that graced the Nigerian Idol stage this week after Brami was Boss Lady. Yes, Boss Lady. Boss Lady sang Nothing Is Spoiled for God Hand by Timi Dakolo. First of all, I'm low-key a fan of Boss Lady's style of singing, her overall energy whenever she performs, and the fact that her tone is somewhat not like it is rare. Like, I love the fact that she can sing, sing, sing. And mind you, from her outfit this week, it was good. It was good. Like, I loved it. For the song she sang, the outfit gave what it was supposed to give. And she took us to church. Yeah, she took us to church. From the way the ad libs went, especially for that place where they did them. I take my problem, leave and forget. The way she approached that place of the song, and it just gave the idea of wow, she was ministering in church, and it was a very nice performance. However, I shared the same opinion with Rika Sane because she was just right there in front of the mic, just doing hand gestures and body movement. We know you, boss lady. I don't know what happened, but why didn't you take off the mic from the mic stand and move around and do what you usually do? That's just you understand. However, it was a beautiful performance from Boss Lady, and trust me, I loved it. The song, like, it ministered to me, and I felt happy watching you perform that song. Like I said, for other people, it is not her performance that keeps her on the show. So please, support us. Please do the needful for her. She deserves to be on the show. She's another strong contestant that I have seen fighting to stay on the show. Please don't fall our hand. Please. Immediately after Boss Lady's performance was done, there came Remu. And Remu sang Ololufe by Wande Cole. In my opinion, I feel like this week Remu's outfit was giving superstar vibes. Yes, comparing it to the others, I feel like this week it was more calm, cool, swaggy. It was very, very much like, stylish compared to the rest. So nice. Secondly, I feel like Ololufe for Remu was a perfect song choice because his vocal texture and his tone somewhat similar to One Day's own, you understand? It's just that he's kind of higher in pitch, you understand? But he rendered the song well. His performance was quite cool, and the highlight for me from his performance was when he stepped up to that beautiful lady and handed her that rose. Like, it was amazing. It was so cool. You understand? And I loved the fact that even while he was trying to, like, we were asking him questions on stage, he just said something very, very interesting, that she is a true definition of a beautiful African woman. So, like, I loved everything about his aura on stage. I loved the fact that he tried to be in his emotions, and yeah, he rendered a very, very sweet, nice performance. Kudos to you, Raymond. And like I will always say, please vote for your faves. If Remo is your favorite, please, you don't need to give it another hour without casting your vote, because it's only your vote that is going to save Remo and keep him in the show. Do you want him to go home? I myself don't want him to go home. So please do the needful. The next performance after Remo's performance was Mickey. So first of all, Mickey sang Omema by Judy K. For those of you who are not like Christians, you might not really understand the impact that song Omema has done in the body of Christ since it was released. And Mickey came through with his own version of that song. Let's talk about his outfit first. Mickey's outfit was stunning. And there's just something about his smile whenever he sings. God, it's so contagious. And in all honesty, his vocals has never failed. Like, Mickey can sing. You'd hear his notes, like clear. His runs, his dynamics are not all over the place. Like he does them intentionally, and his pronunciations, he pronounces his words very, very clear, that you can hear what he says. It was a very, very nice performance. Come on, the judges stood up, and it felt like you were in church because he ministered that song. He brought ah. If not that it was a show, I'm very sure some people would have actually fallen under anointing that day, because bro was like a minister. Like he owned the song. For a minute it felt like he really wrote the song by himself. Oh my god, his attitude, his he meant every lyrics that he said. If I was God, come on, I would have poured out the blessings more on him. In fact, I would have declared him the winner of that show, because like Rikasani said, it felt like a guest performance on the show. Like everybody was soaked in, from Inyanya to Rick to Waje. They all stood up. Everybody was, they were lifting up holy hands. They were dancing. They were vibing. It was not even like a non-gospel show. It felt like it was a gospel gig, and he actually did justice to that song. Oh my god. Well done, Mickey. Mickey, you actually are deserving of the spot that you're on. Kudos to you, my man. However, you know that it is not just his nice performance that gets him to stay on the show. Please make sure you cast your vote to save Mickey, because Mickey is deserving of this spot. And then the final performance for the night was Christopher. And Christopher sang Lady by the iconic Fela Anikulapo Kuti. So first, let's go to his outfit. His outfit gave what it was supposed to give. The white top and the Ankara pants was clean. And I know, like we all know, that Christopher's body type fits any outfit that he has worn since the live show started. So that was a very, very beautiful outfit. However, during the performance, I was not so sure about his dictions, because it felt like a Western person trying to sing an Afrobeat song. And if you understand how Afrobeat works, there are elements of Afrobeat that makes it Afrobeat, from the pronunciation of the lyrics. Can't be saying she goes, "Hey, I the lady." No, the lady. The name of the song is Lady. You are Nigerian, you're African. So I don't know. I don't know. He could have done better with his diction. And yeah, his body movement was good. I love the fact that he tried to move. He tried to sound very, very much like Fela at some point, but the diction was kind of confusing. I guess that was what led to Waje's statement when she passed her judgment about she not understanding what he was doing at some point, but at some point she just referred it to him trying to add some funk into it. And I feel like when trying to put out yourself out there in form of a performance, you don't get your audience to second guess your moves. Your moves actually has to be more intentional, and people know this is where you're going to, even if they might not be so familiar with the arrangement of the music. But when they hear you, they're supposed to get you clearly. Do you understand? So it took us, like, we went deep into your performance before we were able to understand what you were about, and which is not a good thing to do, especially in competitions. Like I always tell people, in competitions, you don't gamble. Whatever thing you're doing, you actually have to rehearse it. You actually have to be very, very much intentional, like putting your best foot forward. So, in my opinion, I felt like for him, that was not a good song choice. Like, this is my opinion. But in all, it wasn't a bad performance. It was good. At least he made it his own. There was kind of some originality there, and his vocals too was kind of cool. But apart from those things that I said, in all, it was a good performance. It was okay. So like I always tell you guys, please, you might need to double your votes this week for Christopher, because Christopher actually has done his part. It's on you guys to vote for him to keep him on the show. And yes, Christopher still deserves to be on the show. So please do the needful. Okay? Now, it's time to unveil my idol for the week. Drum rolls. I was torn between picking Mickey or Brammy, but come on, it's Mickey this week. Mickey, you did so well. Oh my god. And that's because of the intentionality that was put into delivering that performance. My bro, well done, well done, well done. And I pray that this performance feels like an advantage to you and it moves you closer to the finals because you were amazing this week. Yes. So until I come your way next week, I still remain acidic vibes. See you soon. Bye.